In this video, I'm going to be brain dumping on you guys on sponsorships. I'm in a unique position where I own a company that gets a lot of sponsorship requests, and I'm also a professional driver that requests a sponsorship. With that information, I also just got back from PRI trade show, and I have a lot of things to talk about and tell you guys. Let's get into it. This is our Ackerman display, and I'm also coming out with another one in about a week that's all about motion ratio, where we can articulate this and it's going to show you how to calculate it, how to look at it on your car. We're going to be giving this display away to the person that comments what you want to learn most about suspension. If we choose your comment to being the best one, you are going to have this shipped to you for free, and we'll probably throw in a couple of extra things for you. So comment below on this video on what you want to learn next. Let's get right into it. At this year's PRI show, I took a slightly different approach where I actually came up with a strategy to limit the amount of time that I was at particular booths with a set start time and a set end time. And what I mean by that is I was able to go to the booth, I talked to someone for a couple of minutes, I asked if I could do a video with them. The video was 2 questions. What they love about their company is question number 1, and then what new technology is there in 2025? These questions oftentimes went much longer than I thought, but it gave me an intro and then it gave me an exit, because once the video is over, you can say, thank you very much, have a great day, off to the next one. I don't think I've seen anyone else do this strategy, and it worked really, really well for time efficiency. We met a lot of new people. We were able to strengthen our current sponsorships in showing them that we are going to have deliverables immediately starting as soon as we are sponsored with them, and give them content right away. So when it comes to getting sponsored by a company, myself and Jack is the guy producing this video, setting everything up. We have a protocol where we have a spreadsheet outlining all of our sponsorships that we need to do content for and do things for. We have those as recurring. We redo something every single month where we are giving them something to do with our builds, to do with our racing program. We're tagging them often. We're creating stories, we're sharing their stories, and we're doing all of these things organically without them asking. This is so important. As a company, we don't really have the time to chase after you throughout the season. Oftentimes you'll see months go by, we haven't gotten any content from you. We don't really want to ask for it because either you're having a rough time in your season or things aren't going that well. This is not the type of relationship we are interested in. We are getting hundreds of requests for sponsorships at FTF Race Shop. We have a budget cap. We are also running my own program. So this year for 2025, we have not chosen them yet. We are going through them as we speak, and we are going to be choosing a very select few. The things we're also doing differently as a company is we're going to be creating a portfolio for you as a driver and really making you proud to be sponsored by us as a company, where we will also be requesting quite a bit from you as a driver. The way that I look at it is what you're requesting in sponsorship or value, you must deliver as if you were working for that as a paycheck. For example, if I gave you a free angle kit, that angle kit's value is correlated with the amount of time and effort you put into advertising for us. And what that value represents is what we're able and willing to give you. So with that said, that's what we're going to be doing. I know a lot of you guys have sent in your sponsorships. That's how I'm structuring it for FTF Race Shop. And that is just an outlook on what to expect when we choose drivers for 2025. And we have looked at all of your sponsorship decks. I also really enjoy the ones that do a short video, something that's like a montage and captures everything really easily. But honestly, on top of all those, the one thing that I look for is social media interaction and engagement. How often are you commenting and replying to people? How active are you in forums and groups associated with our company and our company's products? And how willing are you to comment and stand up for the company that is sponsoring you? Those are the things that I probably look for the most. I've even sponsored people that don't have a good following at all. They don't have a YouTube channel, they don't do anything crazy, but they're extremely active on social media and engaging with customers. This oftentimes does much better than just a sticker on a car or tags in photos and from events. Keep that in mind. I have been looking, I have chosen some people that might surprise you with the amount of following, but they're very active. Going from that, I'm going to talk about my personal program and how I as a driver am able to obtain sponsors. I am sponsored by 13 different companies, and that is quite a bit. What do I do for these companies along with Jack to make them want to sponsor me again? That's the key. We can easily obtain sponsorships, and a lot of times there's a high turnover rate for that. But what you want to do is over deliver on everything that you've requested or asked for from them. And then the following year on a follow-up meeting, you have statistics to show them. And it isn't about your performance on the track. It honestly is not. The performance on the track is just your gateway to have an excuse to do the things that you're doing, but it does not have to be your entire identity as a driver or a sponsored person in general. We do so much more content here at the shop, and the driving content that we produce is the least engaged content, and it is that way for everyone. It's so saturated. There's so many people that are driving, videos of drifting, people doing crazy things. How are you going to compare to Red Bull and all these other companies that do crazy things? What I'm saying is the production value or quality of like Hoonigan and Red Bull, they're jumping off planes, they're flipping bikes, they're riding bikes backwards on a train. People are overstimulated with crazy things. What they care about is you as a person, what you're doing on a regular basis, what your character is, and how that can speak to their customers and getting them value. We are able to do that very effectively. When we create videos, it is not an unboxing video. When we create videos, it is showing the use of the product in an actual scenario, probably in the shop or fabricating with something. If it's heat management, or if it's turbos, or if it's coilovers, or whatever it may be, we're gonna use those coilovers from BC Racing on a trailer. That has so much more value. That trailer that we made produced 12 to 15 million views in a matter of a couple of weeks. Every single reel that we were doing, it just requested your immediate attention on social media. And using that to our advantage, obviously I own a shop and we can do a lot of these cool things, but you must be creative. I am not that funny of a person on camera, so obviously humor and those types of things are not going to work for me. I am an educational person and I understand a lot of things. I'm going to use that to my advantage, so I'm going to show people how to create things, build things, and do things. Maybe you're an expert precision driver, and maybe you should be giving tips and tricks on how to drive with that precision. Obviously, I consider myself a professional driver, but I'm not an instructor and I don't race. I just do those things as a hobby. I'm a professional drifter. I can and have done lots of tips and videos on that. Left foot braking versus hand braking, we've done all these things. That is something that you need to do for yourself to increase the engagement of your audience so that sponsors can see that and want you to do the same thing for them. What they don't want is you to do an unboxing video or say, I'm putting this part on my car and I'm so excited. Nobody cares. I don't care. They don't care. What you need to do is engage the audience in an organic manner. Honestly, the cell phone shots have gotten more views than the full-blown light setting, kind of like this interview, but this interview isn't meant for the views on Instagram. This interview is for giving you guys the one-up advantage on how to obtain sponsors, and that is what I'm gonna be looking for when I pick them and obtain them. So that's really all I have to talk about. Don't forget to comment on this video about the Ackerman display that we are going to ship to you if you tell us what you want to learn most about suspension. That's it for this video. Hopefully it helps you guys going into the 2025 season. I will see you on the next video where I show the motion ratio display.